Welcome to the Pride of Detroit podcast. We've got a very, very special episode. I'm not going to waste any time with intros. My name's Jeremy Reisman. You know who I am. I've got Chris right here to that side. I've got Ryan below me. But we've got a very, very, very special guest who we don't want to waste a second with. He is a new Detroit Lions running back. He is making a goofy face. He is formerly of the enemy, but now he's here in Detroit. Lions running back Jamaal Williams is with us. Jamaal, how you doing, man?
Hello. I'm good.
Oh, man. We've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, we have been waiting for this one for a long time. Very excited to see you. We've already been acquainted once. We've already exchanged mustache talk. Behind the scenes, we've had some anime talk.
That mustache is wow. Just wow.
Every person says that.
But
it's a monster.
Chris,
it is.
Chris has been chomping at
Someone
the bit.
kill that turkey.
Just think it's my ass.
We're gonna get to fan questions in a second. So if you're watching live, please start throwing some questions in the chat. But Chris, I'm gonna give you first crack at this because you have been eager for this interview from the get-go. From the second we knew this might happen, you wanted to talk to Jamaal Williams about some weeb stuff. So
hold on. Wait.
What's up?
Tell everybody your last name.
Perfed.
The purring ferret.
Wow. We're just adding. We're adding so many. Jamaal, we have like a whole intro where we're just going through nicknames on people. And you might have just added to it. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Look. You got Fuzzy Lip, aka Caterpillar. Then you got the purring ferret, and then you got Clay Matthews' brother.
Jeez. Oh, maybe a question about Clay later on then. But I've got two things, and I'm just going to start right here because I feel like everyone's asked you. You get a lot of guys who aren't so acquainted with anime who are asking, "Hey, what should I watch?" But I want to ask you a different question. When you score a touchdown with the Lions, we've seen a lot of synchronized end zone celebrations these days. Can you tell me if you are ever going to do? You've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so if we're gonna get like a JoJo pose in the end zone with your teammates, if you can get your O line to do that.
Honestly, I am gonna try to see if we can get the Captain Ginyu Force pose in there.
Yeah. Yes. they're both the same thing. Both that and Awaken My Masters from Part 2. Like they're the same thing.
Yeah, we gonna find
that.
The camera and turn around and do it the other way though. So you don't see the back of us.
If you get that, I swear to you, I will Photoshop you with like those Japanese letters. They're like the rumbling sound, the go, 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 go. I'll Photoshop that in there because that's perfect. Sure.
Yeah,
that's a promise.
Bro, that's the best part about JoJo though is Dio and what's his name? Jonathan
JoJo.
Yeah, JoJo. They be every time they hit somebody, like Dio go. I
was going to ask you if you could get one of those for me. Yes.
And then JoJo. That's the thing right there. And then when they doing that, they basically beating the mess out of somebody too. Just a bow, 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 bow.
I gotta imagine when you're like juking someone, you get them frozen time. It's like Zawaldo.
Yeah,
you got them
like
frozen.
Oh my god. I'm about to go play Jump Force.
All right. I do have a football question to follow up then because I wanted to ask you because like I think my favorite thing about you is hearing when you were talking about positive competition in that running backs locker room right now. If you want to like expand on that, what that feels like and everything. But
what does it mean to you?
To me, I think it's just everybody, knowing that you can do the best that you can do, but at the same time, you still got to be in reality and knowing who's playing, what's your role on the team, and everything. But you take that with, it's just almost like how high school is. Everybody got, you got multiple stars on the team. Everybody want the ball, and sometimes I remember in high school, you only had like 7 carries, but I still had like 125 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Things like that. It's just you take your opportunities and you got to make them count. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you got somebody ahead of you or just, that's the starter or you trying to become the starter and do things like that, you just got to be happy for that person because that right there shows just good faith, goodwill. You're a good person. You're genuine. You still want your play. You still want to eat. Everybody's an alpha. It depends on how you are. But at the same time, you can always wish somebody goodness and still take your opportunities and make them work. And then you get what you deserve, you know? It's just all about putting in your work and doing it from, you know, goodwill and good effort. And I just like being positive. It's just the best way to be. I'm angry. Best believe. I'm an angry runner, but it's all good positive vibes that come out of it for me to be angry. I don't need to be, you know, angry for no reason type angry.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've gotten this question in a few different ways, but from Apex Predator on Twitch, Jamal, he says, you know, what lured you to a team that is rebuilding like the Lions and is also a division rival? Like, did you look at that running backs room? Was that one of the big factors? Was it the coaching staff? What was it?
I think it was just, I feel like it was just a good energy, a good vibe, and it was just the best place for me. I just go with what feels right for me and what I feel like I'm gonna have the best place to be the best me and be able to give off, you know, the energy and be able to just produce at the best level. And that's all I want to do is and help my team out and win. So, and it don't matter where you at. A new season is always a new team. You know what I mean? And it's never like it's just gonna be like last year. You can always change things up. And that's what I love football. It's unpredictable. I mean, as long as everybody's on the same page and everybody ready to go, oh, it's go time. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait.
I want to talk about that running back room a little bit because you talk about DeAndre Swift. You talk about you. I mean, and even throwing Deuce Staley into there, it's not only a very talented room right there, but it's also a very entertaining one. I'm curious if you've had any sort of interactions with those guys yet. We had Deuce on the show, and he was just as entertaining. So I'm curious, do you have a taste of what that room is going to be like yet?
This is just about to be funny. It's a whole bunch of personalities in here. So it's just fun. You know what I mean? It's just great to have a lot of personalities because sometimes we're going to feed off of each other. You know, we're going to have to pick each other up. Somebody might be down one day. You know, we just got to pick that person up. But like for me, they gonna find out in the mornings. You see, I'm smiling all this hi hoo, but in the mornings I'm a little moody. So I'm just like, you gotta give me time. You know, you gotta give me time to break it in. You know, this just don't happen. It takes time. You know how girls like say this. They don't just. Some of them don't wake up like this. You know, they gotta.
gotta put on your emotional makeup.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, put on your game face. Yeah,
exactly.
All right. Well, we're already getting some anime questions from the chat. So let's see. Zion TD wants to ask. He said, I saw Attack on Titan was your top 3. Did you read the manga since it just ended, or are you only watching the animated show? No spoilers, please.
I'm only watch the animated show, but I still want to. I will change up my top 3 just because there's so many new shows coming out, and they really slap it, and it's hard to just put them in there just because I've been watching so many shows for too long. But no, I haven't watched the mangas yet. I want to get into them. So if anybody want to just start sending them my way, you can just send them to the Lions facility. Just put it on the 30.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that for sure.
I most definitely read them because I would like to start getting into the mangas though.
All right.
They say the mangas is much better. So, you know,
most of the time they are. Yeah.
I'm very visual. I like the action. I like to flip it around and all that. I like to see the emotion, not read it.
We got a question here from Luke. He asked and this might be too early for you to tell, so if it is, you can just ignore it. But he said, what's the biggest difference you can see between the Lions and Packers in terms of culture? And maybe that's just kind of your interactions with Dan Campbell or anything.
I see with just the coaching staff and everybody with the team and stuff. I think it's more similarities than anything is the team. The players is with each other, and when the team is together and the team is, you know, I mean, everybody want to be together. Everybody's on the same page, and the communication is getting there. You know what I mean? And we know what we want to do this year, and we know, like, to us, this is not a rebuilding time. You know what I mean? To us, this is just we about to go to work. We about to just go to work because we already see it in our head. And when you can manifest it in your thinking and put it into your work too, then, you know, it's going to happen. And it's not going to be a shock to us. We about to just go and roll, go get what we deserve because we're going to work for it. And at the same time, we all know that as long as we're on the same page, everybody's selfless, playing as a team, we Gucci.
Well, speaking of things that you're watching, Jamal, Moon King 325 on Twitch, he asks, do you watch the NFL draft? And I know that's coming up in a few weeks. No, you just wait till the next day to see who's picked.
I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I watch not even no live TV. All I watch is Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, Funimation, playing the game or being a dad or working out. I got my own stuff. That's
awesome.
Stuff to worry about.
Hey, but
once they get to the team though, oh yeah,
hey,
yeah. Nice to meet you. Everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, follow-up question? If I'm gonna subscribe to one anime subscription service, because you got me, you got me ready. Like, what? Where do I go? What do I do?
Oh, it depends. Because Pern Fair, he said Finland Saga, but that was on Amazon Prime.
See, now this goes back to the manga thing too, because
I have Amazon Prime, so.
I feel like on Vinland Saga, we were talking earlier, like, I feel like you're asking manga versus anime. That's where Vinland Saga shines, that manga. So
is the manga one? Okay, yeah, because I did not. I honestly,
I think it'll pick up in season 2. It'll pick up in season 2. I did want to ask you though, going back to yeah, go on.
Yeah, it needs to. It needs to, because if it ain't like how JoJo's first season, it was kind of but it was still a little action in that boy. But then it started turning up and all the rest of it. You know, that's all I'm saying. It better turn up. That's all I'm waiting for it.
Going back to the draft real quick too. Just what was your own draft night like? What was that like for you? Just when you got that call, just waiting around.
Shoot, it just felt like, yeah, I finally got it. I got the stress off of me. I know what team I'm going to. And really it was just like, yeah, like I just started thinking about all the things back in the day, from playing flag football to asking my mom like what I had to do to make it to the NFL, and watching my favorite team was the Rams. And so I've always watched like Eric Dickinson, Steven Jackson, Marshall Faulk. Like I've always watched them when I was growing up. And so they was like the reasons why I wanted to play football, you know what I mean? And Walter Payton too. But I always wanted to play football because of them. And then once I got there, just got drafted, I'm just like, man, I could finally say I'm an NFL player like them. You know what I mean? And now I can get to go to work. So it felt good. It felt good. It felt relief. Felt like an achievement. I can, tell my kid, tell my daughter, she ain't gonna give a shit. Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I realized we didn't answer Ryan's question. I apologize.
What was it?
About
Crunchyroll. You're fine.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll? Oh, yeah. Get Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll, Funimation second, but I'll go Crunchyroll.
We got a question from Jay Markley. Asks, which Lions defender was the toughest to face against when you were playing for the Packers?
Oh, let me see. I think my favorite one is probably Jalen Maven Reed.
Yeah,
because I just remember, because on special teams, because I'm all on special teams, and Lions they always had great special team players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just going against them, it'd be fun. You know what I mean? It'd be fun because I always been talking back with them all the time. So now I'm on the same team, so it's like, yeah, we good now. It's cool. So because I like them all. I just like how the effort. We all about effort. They all about the team. They all about being together. If we gonna do something, we gonna do it all together, and that's what I like the most.
Another interesting question here from Bredvig. He just asked, "What are your personal?"
Simon Bredvig from Denmark. We have
Denmark,
an international
right.
audience here. Yeah.
He asked, "What are your personal goals for this season?"
Oh, I can't tell you those.
No.
I can't do it. Yeah, it's too personal right now. I'm sorry. I'm an introvert. I can't. I don't like. Yeah, I can't give you everything, man. I just gotta keep it. That's my mysterious.
You gotta keep this. It's like an anime. You gotta keep your personal motivation secret. Reveal them at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like right at the end too. Literally right at the end. So I'll let you know. I can't let you have that one though.
Fair enough.
There's a question from Kuzno23. I don't know if this one is too personal, but have you picked the jersey number yet?
Yeah, it's 30. I got 30.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
You got 30.
Okay.
All right.
I want to get 21, but I'll stick with 30. My boy Tracy, he can keep it. He keep it. He got a good reason.
Would you think about going to single digits? I know the NFL's changing those rules soon. It sounds like.
I've never been a single digit. I never played with a single digit, so I don't think I look right with it just because I don't know. I just be feeling like it's too little on me. You know what I mean? Like when I see little dudes with little numbers, it's like you don't even have a number on at all. Your thing be scrunching up, and then it just look like you just got a shirt on. So I'm just like, nah, I'm all right.
Why 30? Is that just kind of the number you've always played with, or?
Nah, this is the number I got drafted with, so I might as well just stick with it. You know what I mean? That's why 21 was my number from little, high school, and everything. So that was my number. I was trying to get back to it, but I can't. So gotta stick with 30. 30 cool though.
Yeah, gotta keep the big number.
I get to stay going extra dirty 30.
30 for 30.
I don't want to keep you too long. We probably only got time for a couple more. I have one that's just kind of personal. Obviously, news came out today that the Lions aren't going to be participating in voluntary workouts. I'm curious, what are you doing personally to kind of keep yourself in the football mind and keep your body right?
You think that's hard? That's not hard for football players. We do this. That's what I'm saying. We are professionals.
Sure.
That's our job, is to keep ourselves in shape. You know what I mean? So I'm running hills in 110-degree weather because I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to do it. Nobody forcing me to do it.
Of course.
That's what I'm like ready to go. People don't know. We put our bodies. We do this 24/7 round trip. When you see them little vacation things, those probably just like a week or two weeks out of the whole year or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Months of just training. So, it's a struggle. I'm telling you, it's more mental than it is physical for us. Just because you don't really want to do it, but you got to do it because you want to get fit. You want to be ready to play. You want to do all those things. So it's all about what you want. What's your goals? Do you want to be great, or do you want to be a weenie all your life? I don't want to be a weenie. I want to be Lord Swag Kazakage, getting better, getting Super Bowl rings, winning shit around this motherfucker. Man, all right.
We love it. We love it. It's fun.
See, look, you told me
cleaned it up in post.
Look, this is what happens when you give me the access of cussing, because I watch too much. I watch too much Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
Yes.
Now you're talking Ryan's language.
I got a lot of the MFs in me, so I try to get away from them. So that's why. My bad.
Jamaal, we got a question from Jay Markle again. Can you give us a scoop on Tim Boyle, the Lions' new quarterback? What do you know about Tim?
What you want?
What do you know about Tim? What kind of guy is he?
He a good boy, honestly. He a great dude. Yeah,
is he?
Tim's my boy. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you much. You know what I mean? I can't tell you much about him because he's not here. So that's kind of disrespectful.
Fair enough.
I'm playing. But Timmy, he a good player, man. A great man, just a great brother, and really, I'm glad he here too. So now I got somebody, somebody else I know too. But at the same time, we just want to get things going, and we really just want to have a great year, and get this year starting off something right. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. All right, Chris. I think we're going to give you the parting shot.
Hey, bro. I bet your upper lip is strong as hell right now.
Oh yeah,
that dang mustache.
This can bench 50 pounds alone.
You probably got an 8-pack under that thing right now.
Oh wow. All right. One last question to send you home, Jamaal. Thank you so much for doing this. But JGB on YouTube asking, of course I gotta ask this question. How excited are you for the Demon Slayer movie?
The Demon Slayer movie. When does it come out? That's what I've been waiting on.
That is a good question. I know it's already out in Japan, so I think we're just waiting for the domestic release.
That's crazy. You see how they do it? But I can't wait, man. Honestly, I don't even know what to expect right now. I didn't read, I don't read mangas, so I'm just ready to see what's gonna happen. Honestly,
yeah.
I bet you they ain't not even gonna give Zetsu another move. He's just gonna do that one move forever. Time's infinity.
No, the lightning thing. He's got his eyes closed and does all that. Yeah.
Thunderclap. There it is. The thunderclap.
I love him. He's proud. Him and the boarhead guy are like my favorite in that.
Yeah. I can't say his name right. I can't think of it.
Who are you thinking of? The main guy or
Boarhead?
Oh, the boarhead guy. Boar. I don't remember it right now.
I'm just marveling at you two right now. This is great.
Yeah.
Because we dorks. This is what dorks do.
Inosuke. That's it.
Inosuke. Yeah. Inosuke. There you go. See, look at that. There you go. Purr fairy for the win.
I took a couple of years trying to learn Japanese. It never worked out, but one of these days I'll try again. Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna start to get into it. I'm gonna try to get it. I only got a couple of words. I got Nani. I love that one.
I was really hoping to go there for the Olympics this year, but nobody can go now, so it's just
Yeah. See, look, Baka. See, you're playing with us, man.
All right,
man,
Jamaal. I think we're gonna.
Fantastic.
This has been fantastic. Thank you for making some time during the off season to chat with us. I hope you don't become a stranger. I hope we hear from you a bunch because if the chat alone, the live chat alone, we're very excited to hear from you every time you join anyone.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, bro, make sure you just get that ferret off your lip too, man.
It won't be here long. I promise. Next time you see me, it's gone.
If it lasts past the draft, we're gonna have a problem with him.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, ferret lip. Just because Jimmy said get on you about his, because Jimmy got some ugly lamb choppies too. His lamb chops are ugly too, and he got a creature on his lip too. So don't.
So you're at odds with Deuce because we had Deuce on and Deuce loves that thing.
It's true.
He
played for Andy Reid. I think that's part of it.
Because he's over 30.
Yeah.
Yep. He's over 30. Yep.
He's used to seeing those type of stashes around. You know what I mean?
Makes him feel comfortable.
Most definitely. He feels right at home. It's his era. You know. See, I ain't ready for all that. Yeah, you could keep the ferret lip. Not you, Pern Ferret. But he can keep the ferret lip.
I appreciate the title. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to dig through my manga, see what I can send you. I read so much online these days, but
can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
What's up,
Jimmy? Suck it. All right, I'm done.
Jamaal, thank you so much for joining us. This has been
just
beyond fantastic. Jeremy?
Thank you, man. Hey, I love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for letting me be me. I love doing these things. See you later.
We'll see you soon, Jamaal.
Now you can delete the Uber conference app.
Yeah, get on Zoom, Dave. I'm being all trying to be exclusive. They made me get a whole new app just to talk to them on this thing. Man, the audacity of them. They can't use Zoom like everybody else. They too bougie. But all right, y'all be good.
You too, Jamaal.
Thank you, Jamaal.
Next time y'all want to talk to me, we on Zoom with it.
All right.
I'm deleting.
You got it.
We will.
All right, go.
Bye, Jamaal. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Epic. That's the only way to put that. Whatever that was amazing. I hope we get to have him again.
We hit
soon.
everything.
Was that enough? Was that enough anime talk for you, Chris?
I got anime, and I got to have someone to send manga to, and I got a new nickname. Yes.
Yeah,
JoJo. That's all I was really hoping for.
I think I have a new favorite Lions player.
Right?
Who doesn't after
just
this?
I mean,
like
personality oozes off of that guy, and how can you not just like feed off that energy?
For as much of an introvert that he claims to be,
right?
Like just put that guy in front of a microphone and let him be himself, because
that's how some introverts work, man.
He's just bursting with charisma.
I'm kind of the same way sometimes. Like I just hate talking outside of when I have a microphone on. I don't know.
Really quick, thank you, Henry's Got Game, for the 3-month subscription over here on Twitch. I did turn alerts off during the podcast so that we wouldn't be kind of, interrupted in any sort of way. But appreciate all the questions, guys. I hope we got to as many as we could.
That conversation just went everywhere. So I tried to grab as many as I could from different people.
Right.
I tried grabbing some from YouTube too. It just, I saw a lot of them guys. I wish we could ask some. He didn't watch the draft, so I didn't want to ask him about like the Rashawn Slater stuff. I saw he's getting a lot of Packers questions about how to beat Aaron Rodgers' weakness, and I'm like,
he wasn't giving up secrets.
No, sir. You got to keep secrets. He
It's
said
true.
it himself.
I kind of love that too, that like he wouldn't give us any personal goals. And I think I get that because like you don't want to put it out there like, oh, I'm trying to get 1,000 yards. Like then it's bulletin board material.
Well,
it's potentially a news item. Like, is he trying to infringe on DeAndre Swift? It's like, no, just keep that stuff internal. Like we don't need to know
It's a jinx. Yeah, it's also a jinx. I don't want to.
It runs so contradictory to everything that he had mentioned earlier, like in our conversation where he's like, I love the energy. I love being in the room. Like the idea of like that healthy competition that there is amongst the running back groups. Like it's all about working towards one goal. And
Right.
he talked about like winning is the ultimate goal in football. And so, yeah.
Yeah, that whole locker room is just bursting with energy because I know he's off to play video games now. Kerryon Johnson streams all the time.
Yeah.
Swift seems like a fun guy too. Like that backfield is bursting with personality.
Yeah. And I mean, if there was one thing that we complained about this team in the past is just like no personality, no get up on the sidelines, just like all work, no play kind of thing. And just the energy I got from that interview, I have to imagine that can transfer on the field. Like I'm not saying it's going to make someone a much better player, but like having someone that's that bouncy and that giddy on the sidelines, like that would get me going a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I know you don't believe in momentum, but like if things are down and you got Jamaal Williams over there bouncing on the sidelines, like talking about getting back into the game, I mean, that definitely has to have an impact. The other thing that I really liked about the conversation we just had was him mentioning, it's really easy for him to like stay in shape because like he wants to do these things. Yeah. Like he wants to stay active. Like it's easy for him to stay in shape. Like he wants to run in 104-degree weather because like that's just how he's wired.
Right.
So like you can just see like all of those things. Like would Jamaal Williams be a Detroit Lions running back if Matt Patricia was still here?
So I think he does bring up a good point though, because that's not just him. I feel like when we talk about the voluntary workouts and all the off-season activities, that almost seems like it comes from a different time, right? When guys weren't like constantly working out, weren't constantly staying in shape. When the off-season meant you just shut down, and like that was maybe the case in like the 90s, maybe early 2000s. But I just don't think with nutrition the way it is these days, with the way guys are committed to the craft constantly, with the kind of, just workout culture in general, they seem less relevant than ever. And maybe that's why you're starting to see, and I think that's why if you're bemoaning the NFLPA for all the different teams putting out these statements saying they're going to skip voluntary workouts, you shouldn't worry as much.
Yeah.
Because I think again, to what Jamaal Williams talked about how he's staying in shape. I guarantee you most guys out there are doing that too.
Yeah.
They're working with their own personal trainers. They have their own specialized regimens. They don't need to be doing the voluntary workouts.
The good ones do, right? I mean, I think there are some players that come into the league and don't realize that that's the kind of commitment they need because
but they won't
skate
last
by.
long.
Exactly, they don't last long because a lot in college might skate by their natural physical abilities because of the level of competition there. But yeah, in the NFL, you need that, and I'm glad he answered it the way he did because I think he's right. I think a lot of people, they see players on Instagram, out in the club or on the beach or something in the off season, and they're like, "Oh wow, they're just chilling. They're not working towards keeping their body straight."
Yeah, how much?
He's like, "No, that's 1 week out of the year, maybe if we're lucky."
How much? How much were we killing DeAndre Levy for his trip down to Chile
for hanging on the side of a plane?
I mean, even most recently, how many people do you see on Twitter that were killing Kerryon Johnson for like talking about watching the Harry Potter movies?
Right.
He's like,
or him streaming. Yeah.
It's like, football players, human beings.
Right.
I mean, if there's ever a better example of like knowing that a football player is a human being, you just got about 25 minutes worth of it.
And also just like, you hear some guys like, oh, these guys only work 16 days a week or a year. Like it's just like, Jesus, you do not realize. Not only are these guys working in season literally every day of the week other than Tuesday. Tuesday is their one day off, and a lot of those guys spend it doing community outreach stuff. It's off season. You get 2-3 weeks off maybe if you're lucky. And then, you have to watch everything you eat. You have to watch everything you do. You can't get complacent at all. And so I'm glad he kind of made that very clear to anyone listening.
it's kind of like being in school, if or in a cram school or some sort, or like you're in college, and it's like you can slack off if you want, but if you want to, and I'm not talking like just an undergrad, I'm talking like if you're in a graduate program or if you're working for your PhD, every day is you studying, every day is you mentally preparing, doing everything you need, doing all the research you need. Game day is the test. Is the test that will determine the rest of your life.
Yep.
So like just think of it like that. It's not that it's 16 days of work. It's those 16 days are basically the culmination of everything you've been doing.
For sure. Really quick, Breadvig, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you submitting the questions as well. Now you're subscribed to the channel. Enjoy the emotes and the ad-free experience here on Twitch.
JGB, if Patricia was here, Jamaal would be on his way out for having too much fun.
All right. Dropping an F-bomb on the podcast is finable in Matt Patricia's world. By the way, I don't know if Jimmy or Jamaal are still watching, but if you are, that sort of stuff is perfectly fine with us. Like we drop F-bombs all the time. It's actually very refreshing to see that side of players.
If he's uncomfortable, I'll bleep it out on the podcast. I'll bleep it out if he doesn't like it. No,
I personally enjoy seeing the human side like that, because I mean, let's be clear, like a lot of these interviews that you get with players, everyone is putting on a face, including us a lot of times, but that was one of the most like natural conversations I've had with a player, especially in a live broadcast situation. Just a very easy guy to talk to, hard guy to stop talking to be honest.
I know. Well, he was a hard guy. He didn't want to get out of here.
Right.
Like he just had one more thing, and honestly, I started feeding into that, but didn't want him to go, man. He's great. Hopefully he can come back.
Fun to talk anime with him, I'll just say that.
Really quick, a couple people are asking who Jimmy is. Jimmy Christensen. He's his media manager. You can follow him on Twitter right here if you want. But yeah, that's who he was referring to a couple times when he said Jimmy, and Jimmy is the one who helped set us up the interview.
Jimmy.
So shout out to Jimmy Christensen. Go follow him. He talks a lot about Jamaal Williams. So if you're a Jamaal Williams fan, I would definitely follow him as well.
He is a Packers writer though, so don't give him too much guff.
He is a Packers fan, and I told him specifically we wouldn't hold it against him. Yo. Kimchi 340 with the $20 super chat on YouTube says couldn't log into Twitch from work, relegated to YouTube. Kimchi, that was amazing. I mean, either way, we appreciate the support. Thank you for the $20, man.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed the show. Probably don't have too much else to talk about. The one thing I will mention, because I saw a couple people in chat mention it. Yes, I have agreed if we hit 500 subs next podcast on Monday, I will dye the mustache blue for draft weekend. But it will be shaved on Sunday.
Regardless if you hit 500 or not.
Correct. Well, yes. I have to imagine. So, like, we're doubling the goal for Shave the Stash normally anyway. So we're going to be at 200 next Monday and then 400 the following Monday. And that's even before the draft. So if we don't hit the 500, it might leave before then. But yeah, we'd have to hit 500 for me to do something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah. What's up?
Will Jamaal Williams recognize who you are without the mustache, Jeremy?
I don't know. That's a great question.
He'll recognize you by the 8-pack that's underneath it, right?
CJ Craig wants to know what Mom thinks about the mustache, by the way.
Mom, do you want to speak on the podcast or no?
Oh, no.
They want to know what you think of the mustache.
I think you should keep it.
Did you hear that?
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
She's in favor of it. Keeping the what was it?
You should keep it.
The attention. She digs the attention.
The furry ferret.
The furry ferret.
The furry ferret and the purring ferret.
And Clay Matthews' brother.
See, at first I thought he was just mistaking you for, like, he was doing that thing where when we started, when it was like, oh, do you mean the NFL Ryan Matthews?
Yeah.
With the Eagles? Because every time I would include your name in our podcast post, the SB Nation would try to tag it to that Ryan Matthews.
I know, yeah.
Chesterfield, thank you for the 2 gifted subs to Stacks Munduki and Clamps42.
Wow.
Appreciate the support there, man.
Are you guys ready to wrap this up and kind of tease what we got coming later, Jeremy?
Yeah, let's do that. So we are not done streaming today at 7 p.m. Is that what we agreed to, Ryan?
Yep.
Ryan and I will be back with former PFF analyst. Now I'm not entirely sure his exact title, but Brett Whitefield, who has joined us in the past. He was here for our big draft show last year. Helped us preview the draft as well. He's going to be here 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. We're going to talk about specifically the offensive players in the draft. He's going to give his thoughts on maybe who the Lions should draft, maybe some hidden gems in the draft, and some guys he would stay away from. So First Bite returns officially with Brett Whitefield this week, and then we'll have another special draft guest next week to break down the defense. That's all I got.
Stuff.
All right. Do we want to go raid someone here on Twitch? I don't know.
Let's see who's on.
I don't have a lot of friends. We could go Graham again.
I'll clip that. Jeremy's saying he doesn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah, let's do
No,
Graham.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Who's on?
I'll tell her here.
Not nice.
Let's raid Graham Glasgow because we all love Graham, and we're giving some love to some former players again. So if you're here on Twitch, all you have to do is stick around, and the Twitch stream will redirect to Graham Glasgow playing something I can't tell from the little thumbnail, but don't show Calvin Johnson's mangled fingers. I don't
Why
want to
are
see
you
that.
showing his fingers?
He's playing some
is he
CSGO.
playing CSGO?
Okay,
all
so
right.
Counter-Strike fans, enjoy. For the rest of you, we're going to end the stream now. Come back 7 p.m. We'll talk draft with Brett Whitefield. Offensive players, who should the Lions get? We'll see if we can, if he likes the pit stop here in Detroit, among plenty of other topics. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you to Jamaal Williams, to Jimmy Christensen for all the help in getting this set up. And we will see you guys soon.
Thank you.